Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Lodeman and his beautiful wife, Mrs. Lodeman, coming to you from our quarantined homework room in Swoke, Cincinnati.
We're not in quarantine.
We're not in quarantine?
It's called social distancing.
Social distancing.
You need to move like 3 more feet that way.
Bye, Felicia. All right. So this is the first installment or first episode for my home lectures for homeschooling your children during this quarantine. Where you can find the information first is going to be on my website at St. Mary's website at my teacher link, and I'll have all the information up there where you can find the videos. Also, if you go to YouTube and search Swoke Cincy, it'll go right to the video. Hopefully, that's the plan. And these installments will be a daily occurrence. They will go along with the curriculum that was sent home with your kids yesterday. And these will be lectures that will go along with the readings. We'll also have some fun with them from time to time. So stay tuned for episodes that are coming in the future. And where are we going to start, hon? What we wanted to do first was to introduce parents to spending the next several weeks with your lovely, beautiful children, like I have the pleasure doing every day for 180 days out of the year. The first thing that we want to say is that this is a parent survival guide to homeschooling your children during the coronavirus outbreak. So, number one, Kristen and I got together last night, and we thought that during these next several weeks, we should probably have a schedule that is going to keep everybody on track for however long we are together. So some of the things that we decided to do are pretty basic, and we want to share those with you, and maybe you can do some of them, make your own schedule, but you don't have to, and it's always very fluid. We'll figure out some ways to make it better, I'm sure, within the next several weeks. So
we practiced it today since Mr. Lodeman was at school, and I kept the kiddos home with me just to see how it go. And all day long, they kept running up to the schedule saying, "What's next? What's next?" Except maybe George. A few issues today, wanting to follow any kind of schedule. But we just said if we got to get up before 8, because George and Emma are always up before 8, and Lucy is never up before 8. So we decided on 8, do all your normal stuff before then, get dressed, brush your teeth, after you have your breakfast, make your bed, spend a couple minutes straightening your room, and then you can have radio or reading time until the Princess Lucy awakes. Then between 8:15 and 9, we went for a family walk. So Lucy skateboarded through the neighborhood, and George and Emma brought their scooters. And we had a blast. It was fun. We didn't see anybody else out that early, but
social distancing.
We would have stayed 6 feet away if we could, I guess. And then we chose 9 to 11 to do schoolwork and homework. So this morning we had to just make do. Emma used my phone and went on Khan Academy and did some math problems, which she had a blast. Lucy had some work she could do from our home computer. And then George had already gotten his work from his first grade teacher because Sean had seen her Sunday at school. So the girls stayed busy the whole 2 hours. George flat out refused to do anything for like a solid 45 minutes of the 2 hours, but came back around to it. After that, we cleaned up homework and we started up with lunch. So everybody got to pick their own lunch, and the girls made their own. I made some.
I'm
George and me,
surprised that everybody ate, really, to be honest with you.
because I don't usually make meals. Like I said, the girls made their own lunch, and
Okay.
I fed George.
I believe that.
And then the four of us did the dishes together, which is not something the kids love to do, but are more than capable of doing. So kitchen was all cleaned up. And then from like 12 to 1:30, we had outdoor recess. And I don't know why they had trouble getting out of the house, but at some point I said, get out of my house now. And they did. And they found stuff to do outside. And I went outside too. We kicked soccer balls, and I don't know, they were playing in the bushes, and Lucy and Emma get some exercise to heart and were lifting weights at some point and jumping rope. I'm not sure what they were doing, but they were outside running amok. And then from 1:30 to 2, we had chore time, and I made a list of all these chores in our house that we'll link on there. But, just stuff they can do to help out around the house, considering they're home making messes all day as well. And like I said,
No, not our beautiful children making messes.
they are all the time. So George was actually the most helpful in this. He vacuumed a whole rug, and actually 2 rugs. And he cleaned up his room. And what was the other thing he chose to do?
Made his bed.
He made his bed. I don't know.
He yelled at me when we snuggled tonight because I ruined his bed.
This is literally the first time he's made his bed in all 7 years he's been alive. So I don't know.
True statement.
So we did chores for half an hour, and then we did from 2 to 3 family education time. And I had a great idea to take this tour online of museums that are like overseas, and I could not make the TV work, shockingly. So
she can barely turn it on.
I can barely turn it on in the first place. So we didn't do that. The kids got fairly rowdy waiting for me to figure it out. And instead we watched a very boring, I don't know, the kids said this looks like it's from 1970s, and it probably was something about the Rockies Mountains being formed.
But
Anyhow.
don't get discouraged, because we will put some
Yes.
fun interactive things on linked. Either we'll bring them to you the next time we get together at Swoke Cincy, or I'll put them on my website, so you can check those out.
We did at the end of that catch, the Cincinnati Zoo is doing a Facebook Live feed every day at 3 with a new animal. And tomorrow is a porcupine of some sort. But today
I'm very excited about that.
Was Fiona and BB. And it was cute because they fed him and taught you all these things about hippos. So that was cute. Anyhow, 3 to 4 was creative time. So that meant go play games, color, draw, journal, crafts, painting, be by yourself, alone, whatever. The girls, of course, abandoned ship, and they went and played in Lucy's room, and George and I played Battleship, and I beat him, even though he immediately told you when you got home that he won, which is not true. Listen, I don't let my kids win at stuff.
He said that she cheated. So Kristen is very competitive. I wouldn't doubt that she would cheat to win.
I did not cheat. He tried to cheat multiple times. He tried to look. He's like, just give me a hint. I was like, I'm not giving you any hints. You know how to play Battleship. Anyways, 4 to 5 was quiet time. So the girls had no issues with this. Off to their rooms they went. George was not quiet at all for the entire hour. So we got to work on that.
Well, also, I came in the middle of that, so that really helped quiet time.
No, it didn't help, but it's okay.
I'm a very quiet individual, so I snuck in the house.
Right.
Because I didn't know it was quiet time.
It's fine. 5 to 6 is dinner time. So each night he since he knows how to cook, he's going to teach one of the kids something about what he's cooking. So that'll be nice. Some little cooking lessons. I probably won't attend.
She should attend, learn something, and maybe cook every 8 months. That would be great.
I don't know. And then 6 to 8 was clean up dinner as a family, which we did not do. Maybe tomorrow. Free TV time, which basically we just lost all the children to computers or tablets or TVs or.
But that kind of turned into other screen time. We FaceTimed both of our parents. So
yes, FaceTimed all the grandparents. That was entertaining for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then by then we said 8 to 9 was bedtime, so they're all up in their beds. I don't know if they're asleep or not, but they're
quiet.
out of our
And
hair.
we're 10 minutes and 3 seconds in, so
That's forever.
that's like we haven't had that much time together for a long time. So maybe this quarantine thing will actually
It's not quarantine. It's social distancing.
sorry, maybe the
You only
social
get quarantined
distancing.
if you have the disease, the virus.
Oh, I thought it was self-quarantining to not get the virus.
No.
Anyway, that schedule is very solid. It seemed like it worked today.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, Emma told me multiple times she likes the afternoon part much better than the morning working part.
Emma's also our child that wakes up on the weekends and says every time, "What's our plan for today?" It's
She needs a plan.
well, Emma, it's about 6:47, so and most of the time it's can we go to the roller rink? So if that is on a Saturday, that makes it golden. But no time soon will that be available. But keep posted. We'll post the chore list to put your lovely children to work. And kids, if you see this before your parents, don't. You have to show them. That's all there is to it. You got to show them. You got to do chores while you're home.
Also,
So,
I've got a couple other lists we can link out there that I've just seen of neat free stuff to do online, art stuff, math, science, whatever else. So
we'll put those up tomorrow.
Too.
This is kind of fun.
I don't know that I'm ever doing this again.
No, you're going to do it again. You got like 4 sheets of things on the computer that we got to share with the masses here. All 47 of you. All 47 of you. So my hair looks good because I just got it cut by my barber. So some things that you can do. We'll have that list. But one thing that I wanted to suggest to everyone is a book that was written by a very dear friend of ours, Heather Leonard. The book is called Everything is Okay, Love God. And I encourage you to go on Amazon and order the book. Amazon is still up and running, and it can be to you in a matter of days, whether you have Prime, right? I don't know how Prime works. Is that correct?
It's usually one day.
That's usually one day. So you can get the book, read it with your family. It's about loved ones that have passed on and give us signs that they are still with us in the world. And it's a beautiful book, and it's a great book to read as a family. I suggest that you can read the book with your family, and if you haven't seen signs or you don't think you have signs from loved ones that have passed, to maybe during this time, try to notice if there's anything that keeps reoccurring in your life. As Mr. Geating says, God moments, right? Are these people trying to reach out to you and say that they love you still? The one that I have is my grandfather, right here. That's why you're pointing over there. Are the Black Rocks. And before my grandfather passed away, he told my grandmother that whenever, little shiny black rocks. He told my grandmother that if she was ever feeling alone, or if he wanted to say hello, that he would leave her a black rock. And I think that goes for myself and for the rest of my family members. Whenever I've been feeling like I'm missing my grandfather, I usually find a black rock, and I've put them in this case since I've found them. And so I encourage you guys to do that. That's just a suggestion that Kristen and I have for you. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Mills for letting us use his microphone for these casts. And to my 8th graders who, yeah, it's right here. Taught my 8th graders who taught me how to upload these videos. So a shout out to my 8th grade boys, and I hope you guys are doing well. I also want to leave you with a dad joke for today. That I told him the lesson.
Oh,
So the dad joke of the day is, how did Darth Vader know what Luke got him for Christmas? You give up. He felt his presence. All right. Remember, while you are on quarantine or social distancing, whatever it's called, be sure to have fun. Do your schoolwork and be nice to your parents and love one another.
Yeah.
What?
no. I should say email your teachers if you have any questions.
And email your teachers if you have any questions. Miss Gabriel loves emails. Okay. We'll see. Thank you.